Hello, hello, Sir David the Bard. I'm coming to you from the new Bard store. Mark, you're a clever little bastard. You're making millions off of my picture and face. Great. Enjoy the money. Enjoy the money. I saw the Bard store that Mark has created. I just signed a release, turned everything over to Mark. He gets the money. I don't get a commission. I don't get a penny. I don't want anything. I get nothing from the Bard store. But Mark does. And Mark is a good man. And I saw on there, I was exploring the site, and I saw that Mark is going to give 10% of his proceeds to hungry Filipino children, I guess in my honor. And I don't direct that money. That money doesn't come to me. I don't have a secret or sacred bank account like Mitt Romney. So I don't know how Mark is going to get that over to the kids over there, but that's his own business. It's his little business and company. All I did is sold him my stupid face. Now, if I have to sell my penis, it's more. I do want a residue. No, a residual. A residue. A residual. Oh, Alzheimer's is a bitch on my penis. But anyway, it's Sunday. Oh, I love Sundays since I've been out of the Mormon church. It's a wonderful weekend and quiet day. Kids are not in school. Families are together. I didn't know what normal families did. I just thought they sat for 3 hours throwing Cheerios at the 2-year-olds. I thought that was Sunday for all half a century. Anyway. Now I don't want to claim to be bipolar. Those Mormons that say you need to see a doctor, a dentist, or shit. You need to take meds. I showed you my med bar. I can't pick it up. It's too heavy. I'm already on meds. I'm already diagnosed bipolar. Anyway, I got thinking on Sunday here about Joseph Smith and his claim to the privilege of screwing a 14-year-old, poor little Helen Mar Kimball. Now, a 39-year-old man screwing a 14-year-old, hey, if you think that's okay and you want to be part of that religion and you think that Jesus told him, get your Johnson out and chase Helen with it, get baptized. I don't care. I have no interest. I make no money off of this. I'm telling you what happened to me. I'm telling you as honestly as I can what you might project into the future, what you might have a situation with. But anyway, here's what I got thinking this morning, being bipolar. I think a little bit about the flaming sword. Now, Joseph Smith claims that an angel with a flaming sword stood over him and threatened him that if he didn't do polygamy, that he would be killed with the flaming sword, I guess. Now, I just want to be honest here, okay? If an angel appeared to me and said, you can have sex with anybody you want, I'm giving you permission, he would not need to have a flaming sword. I'd just say, where do I sign? First in line, where do I sign? But no, Joseph was so moral that it took a flaming sword waving in him to get him to screw the teenagers. Well, what a guy. What a guy. And Jesus, I guess Jesus can change the rules anytime he wants. So, polygamy, no polygamy, blacks, no blacks, gays, no gays, screw 14, no screw 14. Hey, God never changes. Only the Mormons daily change. So, here's what I'm thinking, okay? Because I try to be logical. I try to be logical in my own life. First of all, a flaming sword has got to be hot. I think if it's metal and it's flaming, doesn't it have to be hot? How the hell does the angel hold a flaming sword? Now, is it a spiritual flaming sword? And he's just going, or is it a regular flaming sword where spirits can hold regular things, but they don't need a glove, and Joseph didn't report a glove. Maybe there was a glove, Joseph didn't say anything. Could have been like a Michael Jackson glove on that. I don't know. But I think about it. Okay. Now, here's the other thing. Before the angel showed up with the flaming sword, where was the angel? Now, if he came in a spaceship or a car or out of space, how can the sword flame if there's no air? To me, fire has to have a certain amount of air. I don't know. I'm not a chemist. I'm just a regular person. I'm just thinking. I think a flaming sword should have insurance on it. Now, a flaming sword can cause fires. Last night, I came home. I was gone for like an hour or two. When I said fire, of course, bipolar, we go to the next subject. I'm sitting here looking at my alarm system, and it says, fire. I go, fire? I don't see a fire anywhere. So I go, Allison, I know, it's Allison. I come in here and I say, honey, was there a fire here tonight or a fire engine? Because this goes directly to the fire department. She says, see, she sometimes does the Mormon dance. She's never been a Mormon, but she knows the dance. She speaks Reformed Egyptian. She's a 12 tweenie. So, I forgot to tell you. I said, yes, you did. Now, see, this is the problem with the flaming sword stuff. It's going to set these detectors off. Heat detectors, smoke detectors, water systems, etc. So anyway, I said, what the hell happened? She said, well, I was cooking. A 12-year-old cooking is like a 78-year-old cooking. There's fires regularly. So I had the new smoke detector put out there in the kitchen because the last time it didn't catch the fire. So this time it caught the fire. Well, the alarm company called. Allison, she's a smart little kid. She knows the codes. She knew how to disengage it. She knew how to fix her mistake. In construction, next subject, see? In construction, we always call the journeyman someone who can fix his own mistakes. An apprentice can't fix his own mistakes. So anyway, I had to come in and set the alarm and the fire. So I'm telling you, this fire stuff and flaming sword stuff can be dangerous, okay? How do you carry a flaming sword? Does it have a sheath? Now let me tell you something. I've seen a lot of sword sheaths. I don't want that flame down there. You just hold it? How do you go to school? If you're an angel, how do you, and you're born with a flaming sword, like I'm sure there's a flaming sword family, and it's genetic, so the child goes to school holding a flaming sword as a kindergartner. Well, I don't know. To me, that seems dangerous. I think you better have insurance on that. And if the teacher says sit down, you say, I sit down when I watch. You're right, you do sit down when you want. Put that sword on your desk. Well, you put the sword on your desk, it's going to catch your desk on fire. Now, this is important stuff. How do you store a flaming sword? Or do you just light it when you visit Joseph Smith? I don't know. I don't know. When you sleep, where do you put a flaming sword when you sleep? Certainly not between your legs. How do you eat with a flaming sword? Do you put hot dogs on a stick and a coat hanger and hang it over the flaming sword? These are heavenly things that Joseph knew that I just don't know. I'm not a prophet. And I don't screw 14-year-olds. First in line, though, you don't need a flaming sword. Just show the angel and a release form from the parents. The bard's in. The bard's in. Anyway. This flaming sword stuff has got me thinking all morning, has me worried. I don't know if you can buy a flaming sword. Do you go to a flaming sword store? Say, hey, I'd like that one. Are there different types, different models? Do the little kids have to carry the big sword? Can a woman have a little baby sword? Does she put it in her purse? Hell no, that thing will catch on fire. You can't lay it on the seat of the car when you're driving. What the hell do you do with a flaming sword? Now, can you go into a big store, a box store, with a flaming sword and buy groceries? I don't know, maybe Target or Walmart or Kmart will say, no flaming swords in here, get the hell out of here. Does it smoke? Does flaming sword smoke? If it does, it's going to set smoke detectors off. So, can you give it to your child for show and tell? Can the third grader take it to school and say, hey, my dad here has a flaming sword from the angel? and 700 children, illegitimate children. The flaming sword made him do it. Made him do it. It wasn't him. It was the flaming sword. So, I don't know if a flaming sword is a realistic thing. If it is, I have a lot of questions. You know, did he put that in front of Joseph's face and say, Joseph, I want you to have sex with 14-year-old girls? And Joseph, no, no, no. Oh, sword. Okay, okay. I don't see, these things bother mentally ill people. We think of reality of, when he went home to his wife Emma and said, I have to start screwing 14-year-olds. And Emma said, over my dead body. And he said, well, that's what the angel said. And she said, well, what angel? He said, one with the flying flaming sword. She said, is that the brother of the other angel that gave you the gold plate? Is that the angel that you saw over the... No, these are different angels. Well, honey, I don't understand. The flaming sword angel made you have sex with 14-year-olds. Yes. Yes. He was from Jesus. Jesus sent him down with that sword. And Emma said, hey, honey, I hear the flaming sword story. You're going to get a flaming sword up your ass if you're marrying 14-year-olds. So the flaming swords are kind of like in Star Wars, those tubular things. She says, my flaming sword will be beating your flaming sword. You married, and you don't marry 14, 16, Nancy Winchester, 16-year-old girls. Fannie Mae, Fannie Auger. Yeah, I can't remember her name. When she got pregnant, and Joseph sent her off to the East Coast. But anyway, this flaming sword stuff interests me. What is the name of the angel that has the flaming sword? Is there only one flaming sword? Oh, can you buy them, or can you reproduce them? Is there a patent? Is there a patent on a flaming sword? And what keeps it flaming? You know, steel doesn't flame. It glows. But so it's not a steel sword. So, you know, is it a fiberglass sword? But a fiberglass burned to the ground. Now the angel goes, well, I brought the flaming sword, but it burned. Damn. These things drive bipolar people crazy. Where the hell is the flaming sword angel? And I'm going to tell you something else, okay? I think there's only one of them, because I've never heard of it before or since. I've never heard that angel showing up anywhere. I have a big sign, big poster sign out front. Flaming angel sword, land here. God, I'm telling you, you know, the Mormon church is more of a circus than I ever thought it was. I feel so ashamed and embarrassed that I was fooled by the flaming sword, gold plate no one ever saw, Reformed Egyptian, mummies, Book of Abraham. It just goes on. It is like Barnum and Bailey. And so, Larry Moe and Curly Joe up there in Salt Lake City, the first presidency, if they believe the flaming sword stuff, hey, that's okay. That's okay. The Bards just don't believe it. I have problems with it. So I still have health in the navel, marrow in the bone, strength in the loins, and the sinews, power and priesthood be upon me and upon my posterity through all generations of time and throughout all eternity. Pay, lay, ale. Pay, lay, ale. Oh God, hear the words of my mouth. Oh God, hear the words. That's what we chanted in the temple. Listen, the Bard store is open, and I'm gonna plug it only because some of the money goes to the Philippine children, and I guess I have to admit it. The Bard don't lie. The Bard don't lie. It makes me feel important to have my face on your hat or my face on your women's underwear, but I never thought I would raise to that level of stupidity in my life. But anyway, I bought a hat. Yeah, the Bard bought one. I get no money. I get no damn discount. Mark didn't give me a discount on anything. I'm getting the mug for my wonderful son Dan, and I'm getting a little long nightgown, pink, for my granddaughter, Cheyenne, and there's a few things there I'm going to do for Christmas. So anyway, Anna and Allison, my president and vice president, of my fan club. There's only one person in it, the original wiener, but there's a president and the vice president, so there's three. See, I have a first presidency too, but no flaming swords. I'm still looking. I'm going to go on eBay and see if I can get one of those damn things. Anyway, Anna and Allison are jealous. I love it when women are jealous. They're fighting over the Bard idea. So Mark was the first to the line. I gave you guys my copyright and my registration and my likeness. I gave those rights away. 1,000 of you a day hit this channel, and not one of you was smart enough to do it other than Mark. Mark did it. He's making money off of my face. And I'm glad. I like Mark. He needs a break. And he's smart. Why shouldn't smart people make money? Now see, I'm a little bit Republican. Anyway, the two girls said they're going to go in competition with Mark. They're going to, I read it quickly. I don't follow my messages very well, and I don't understand very well. They said that they were going to do, I think, Bard sayings, like the Bard don't lie and other quotes that I've made over the lifetime here. And they're going to do something similar and go into competition with Mark. So Mark, I'm giving you fair warning. Now, I will tell you this, Mark. The Bard don't lie, and the Bard has to be honest. That's why people watch me. If Anna or Allison gets a pair of those panties and puts my face on the butt of those panties, and they send in any kind of a post, I'm gonna plug them more than you. They're number one. They're number one, Mark. Now, if you put the girls' panties on with my face on the ass, that ain't gonna do much. But the two girls, they're smart. They may use their sexuality, and you know, the Bard would pay more than a flaming sword to see those two girls in Bard panties. So anyway, have a good day. Bard's gone.